Hey good people, welcome back to my channel, Beauty in the Frizz. My name is Kara and I'm welcoming you to another episode of Mimosas and Makeup. Now, I left my mimosa on the table. Where is it? My mimosa's back there on the table. Let me go get it. Okay. So as I said, I am welcoming you back to another Makeup Brunch Sunday, Mimosas and Makeup. And I'm happy that you're here. So if you're new, thank you so much for stopping by and clicking on the video. And if you're not new, thank you so much for coming back. So today's Mimosas and Makeup is all about Sailor Moon and the Colourpop collection that was released back in February that I finally got together. Yeah, because we'll talk about that drama in a minute. So in this video, I am basically going to review the collection. I am going to do a look and we're just gonna chit chat, have mimosas and have a good time. So if that sounds good to you, continue watching this video. Don't forget to leave me some comments. Definitely share this video with any makeup lovers you know, and consider subscribing and joining my community because I would love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So I first wanna say that this video is inspired by and dedicated to my friend Aubrey. We met in high school, we've kept in touch like on Instagram, and I just want to say that I think that she is a super woman, just like all of you that are watching. She is a super mom, she is a super career woman, and she even has a podcast called Fab Fuckery, which I will link below. I'll link all her information below, but I think she's an awesome person. But this video is dedicated to her because she is a super Sailor Moon fan, and when I tell you that I like Sailor Moon because of her, that is really the truth, because I did not grow up watching Sailor Moon. I just recently got into it, and Aubrey does cosplay and all that, and I love that because Halloween is my favorite holiday. So if I can dress up, like, I'm gonna do it. And if there wasn't like the whole COVID situation, I definitely would have went to one of those like cosplay conventions. She does them every year. Her sons do them with her. I just think that's just so fun. And so yes, Aubrey, this is for you. And you are definitely an inspiring person. And she's been very, very supportive of me. She called it a, what did you call it? Pandemic pivot, because since I've been home, I feel like I've really been able to explore this side of me, and she has seen that, and she's always been very encouraging. So I just want to say thank you for that, because that really means a lot. It really does. Even though I wasn't a Sailor Moon fan per se, when I bought this Colourpop collection, I have a love for nostalgic things. So that's why I bought the Morphe and Coca-Cola collection. You know, I love stuff like that. And I also love superheroes. So Sailor Moon definitely fit in with all of that. And I would say that this is Colourpop's biggest and best collection. When I started getting into makeup, Colourpop was one of the first brands that I would buy from because they were very affordable and their makeup was really good quality. But I'm a little upset with Colourpop right now because of this collection. So the collection came out back in February of 2020. And there was an eyeshadow palette, I believe 3 face glitters, there were 2 blushes, and there were 4 lip glosses. On the original release, I was only able to get the eyeshadow palette. Everything else had pretty much sold out, and I wasn't really interested in the glosses. I hadn't started a YouTube channel, so this was just something that I wanted. But when I put the blushes in my cart and went to pay for them, you know what happened. They sold out when it was time for me to pay. So since then, Colourpop had several restocks. And I just feel like the restocks were a joke. They also had the collection in Ulta. I feel like that was a joke. Based on the way the original release sold out, you already know, like, you need to have more product. You need to have a better system. And the other thing that was happening, and if you follow Makeup Crazy on Instagram, I'll link her Instagram page below as well because I love her, because she's totally honest about everything. She just showed a picture of one person who owned all of these Sailor Moon blushes, which I believe were the best selling item from the collection. And I have seen personally, since I wasn't able to get my hands on the blush, I would get on Mercari and see like, was anybody selling them new or lightly used or anything like that. These blushes are $8, okay? People were selling these blushes for $50 a piece, and I think that's ridiculous. And I feel like it's ridiculous that there did not seem to be a maximum, and maybe there was, I don't know, of how much of a product you could buy when you checked out your cart at Colourpop. So I just think that was crazy. So finally, I got the blushes. They just restocked a day or two ago, but then they had another one a few weeks ago, and I was able to get the blushes. They didn't sell out when it was time to pay. So now I have my blushes. I have the palette, I have the 2 blushes, and I have 2 of the glosses. I did not get any of the face glitters, but I didn't feel like I really needed those. So yeah, I'm so happy to be able to review the collection, but I am a little upset with Colourpop because when it's a collection like that and you have seen it sell out so many times, I feel like they just got the memo that like, oh, we need to really like have enough product. I think they finally got the hint. It's about time. Let's look at the collection. Not only is Colourpop making me upset about that, but they're back to, I know everybody's backed up because a lot of spring collections didn't come out, but these once a week collections are just a little bit upsetting because I'm not even gonna get into it. Let's get to Sailor Moon because this collection I think is their best. I will say, I am not a packaging person, but second to my Pat McGrath packaging, this collection has my favorite packaging of any makeup that I have because I just feel like the packaging was well thought out and very unique. So this is the palette. Like I said, I bought this back in February and it's, what do you call it, holographic? So I don't know if you can see it, but it's got that, you hear that? So I think you know what texture I'm talking about here. And I just feel like it was perfect. It was so thought out. And here is the palette itself. So you can see this isn't really gonna be your fall colors or anything like that. It's a very fun palette, you know? And when you see the swatches, you will see that the names all go with the Sailor Moon theme. And I just feel like it was a really, really good palette. And it was a great idea. So the palette's called Pretty Guardian. I didn't realize that. Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon. So next we have the blushes. Now these right here, I think the palette was $20. This right here, I feel like I have gold in my hands because if you weren't trying to get these blushes, you don't understand. Or if you were able to get the blushes the first time, you're not gonna understand what I'm talking about. But it just was ridiculous, the whole situation with these blushes. So once again, we have that reflective, I don't know if holographic is the right word, but it's like that, that texture. And I like this. This actually, when I look at it now, because this is the first time I'm actually taking them out, I did watch the very first episode of Sailor Moon, and this is when she found her cat. This blush is called Cat's Eye, and this is more of a shimmer blush, and it's got the imprint of her cat. Great picture. Okay. The second blush is called From the Moon. This blush is a matte. So again, these blushes were like a hot commodity. And I think it's greedy when someone is buying a whole bunch of a product and is gonna price gouge it like that. I mean, I get it. We all need to make money. I get it. I totally get it, but that was foul. So last but not least, I bought one of the lip gloss bundles, and I got, this is the Moonlight bundle. So again, we have the Sailor Moon on the front of the box, and I have 2 shades. So I have Bunhead, which is this one, and again, I'll swatch them, and Sailor Moon. Now, while I don't have any of the face glitters, I didn't feel like that was a necessity. Those did sell out, and I didn't even bother to get them with the restock. I do have a glitter, I think with the Meant to Be collection maybe, But this one is called Mint Condition, and I'm gonna use that in my look today. So, looks like that. I'm not a big fan of glittery anything, so I'm not even sure why I bought this. Maybe I thought I was a fan, but I think it's fun for, you know, little special looks, special occasions. So I'm gonna use it today. So I'm really excited to get into this look. So why don't we just do that? I lied, I said let's get into the look. Let's do the swatches first. I mean, that makes more sense. And then we'll get into the look. See, mimosas and makeup, that's what I'm talking about. But you know, whatever, let's do it.
Bring back dignity time and time again. I relapse.
Okay, now one thing I want to say about those swatches is swatches don't mean anything. They don't. But I'm just saying, I like swatching and I like really good swatches. You're now swatching this for the first time. I've never swatched this palette. So even though I've had it since February, I wasn't doing YouTube, so I wasn't doing swatches. I don't feel like they were that great. I mean, they're okay. I mean, they aight, but I mean, they're okay. All right, let's get into the look. So I've already done my primer, my brows, bronzer. So we're just gonna do the eye look. We're gonna do the blush and the lip. So for underneath my brow bone, I'm gonna take the shade Silver Millennium. And I'm gonna do under my brow bone with that shade. And I'm using one of my Bristles Beauty brushes. Yeah. Just gonna be the shade Moon Castle. So this one here. I'm gonna take the shade Miracle Romance. I'm gonna actually start with the outer corner with that shade, and I'm going to use this Morphe brush here. And the shadows apply fine. Like, I've used the palette before. It was just, I like good swatches. That's just me. I'm just gonna put this in the outer corner. I feel like I'm whispering. I hope everybody is like having a good start to their Sunday. And I really do hope that this little mimosas and makeup will help with that. Sometimes Sundays can be like a downer because they just can be, because you know you got to get ready to start your week. But try not to look at it that way. At least that's what I tell myself. Because just another week to like be great. All right, ooh, yeah. So I'm just placing this on the outer area, the outer corner area, outer V area. I'm not gonna do like a sharp look with this or anything like that. And I really do like these shades. Like, they're just so, they're really soft and they blend out really nice. And I just think that this was like this was Colourpop's most solid collection, y'all. Like, that's how I feel. Very solid. Well, like I said, I just started buying from Colourpop like a year ago, so I don't know how long they've been around, what they were doing before, but I'm just telling you how I feel about this. It's beautiful. And matte shades are not easy to swatch. Like, they don't always produce the best swatches, so I'm just saying. Don't judge a eyeshadow by its swatch. All right, so I'm gonna just stop here. I'll like fix the shape of this later. The next shade I'm gonna use is the shade Love. And I'm gonna focus this on the middle part of my lid. I think I'm actually going to combine Love and Tuxedo Rose. I really like to use as many shades as I can. I think I've said that before. Especially when I'm doing a look, like, just so you can see. I'm using the same brush. I was gonna switch brushes, but I'm not. These mattes are pretty soft, so yeah, this brush is good for it, but there's a ton of different brushes you could use for this part here. And this color is really nice. So you can see like there is some like kick up, as YouTubers call it, in the pan. But I mean, you just blow it off. I mean, they're soft shadows. But I feel like this softness is really allowing the colors to blend. And look how nicely the pink blends into the purple. It's really nice. And I may go back at the end and try to like do something with this area right here, because I don't really like that, but you know. And I just like the little bit of shimmer that's here. You might not be able to see it, but the Tuxedo Rose shade has a little bit of shimmer. I don't know what's going on in my living room, but I'm not going out there. Not going out there. Okay. And what I'm gonna do is for this look, whatever I'm doing to the top, I'm gonna do to the bottom. So I'm just gonna take those same two shades and I'm gonna just put them next to the shade Luna that I started placing under my lower lash line. I know some people say whatever you do to the top, you do to the bottom, but that's not necessarily true for me, because sometimes I want a whole different shade at the bottom, depending on what I'm doing. So, and that was my original plan when I'm looking at my notebook, but apparently I changed my mind. That little bun. I don't know what's in here. All right, I'm gonna use this. If you don't have one, these are so great to like change colors quickly, because now I'm gonna go to the yellow shade, and I just want to make sure there's none of that pink or purple left on. So that really cleans off my brush really, really well. And I'm gonna go into the shade Justice, because you know, that's what Sailor Moon was all about. And always tapping off your brush will help with, like, you know, fallout. It's a little eyeshadow tutorial for anybody that's kind of like new with it. And I still consider myself being new, because like I said, this is a new creative outlet for me, but I'm definitely passionate about it. All right, so I'm just placing that on the first third of my lid, and you can see like the colors are very rich. Y'all know I don't say pigmented. Y'all do know that, right? I don't say pigmented. The colors are very rich, and I feel like they show up really nicely. They're not chalky. The swatches looked a little chalky, but they're not. They're not chalky at all. They're beautiful. They really are. Like, this palette is really nice. And I'm really glad that I got it. Now, I was thinking about using, I think I am gonna do that. All right, hold on. Just to use some of the glitters in here. Just gonna place this underneath here on the first third here. I'm gonna just do it in the inner corner too. It's gonna be covered up, but that's okay. All right, so I'm gonna take this little glittery shade here. I'm just gonna tap a little bit in the middle just to see what it looks like. This to me looks like more of a topper shade anyway, so we'll see. Just do a little bit. I'm kind of wishing I didn't do that, but I have to commit. This is what I'm gonna do a little bit. All right, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a brush, and I'm just gonna try to blend out the top of this just a little bit more, because I know I always talk about hooded eyes, but right here is not doing what I needed to do. The brush that I like to use for that, I like to use this brush here. It's the Sigma E37, and it's basically an all over blend brush, and I really just like having this in my little brush arsenal, because whenever I need to blend things out, this brush is really good for it, because it's a little more dense. So you can see a little bit that like this is a little more blended here and not as dramatic, because that's not what I wanted. I wasn't going for a real dramatic look. I was looking for colorful, but not super dramatic. And then sometimes if you want to blow the color out, this brush is really good to help with that. And another thing I think that helps is, and I said this before, doing the brow bone color first, because now it all blends really nicely together. And yeah, I think I'm gonna stay doing that. Now I'm gonna take this, what do I wanna do first? Maybe I'm gonna save that to the end. All right, I'm going to, where is it? So now I'm gonna line my eyes. Use 2 Colourpop products for that. I'm gonna try this eyeliner in the shade Boots. It's one of their gel liners. And then for my lower lash line, I'm gonna use the BFF cream gel liner in the shade Crist. I don't know what that says. CRSSD. Is that what it says? I'm gonna call it Sunshine, because I don't know. That's just a lot. I'm gonna use this Sigma eyeliner brush. It's the EO5 brush. And we'll see what this looks like, guys. I'm not great with eyeliner, but we'll see. We will see. I think I need to start using a eyeliner brush more often, because this is way easier for me to do on the camera. Let's just give me a little liner. I didn't want to use black or anything today. Not gonna do a wing. I do like this liner by Colourpop. I like many of Colourpop's products. I'm just upset with them right now. I'm just going through a little breakup phase. Let's go ahead and use this yellow. And it's crazy because I never use these, but I just threw away 2 of them because I was like, they were not creamy. It says cream liner, but this is the only one that was creamy. Maybe they're just old. They're not that old, because I feel like I bought them this year. And I'm just gonna take this BH Cosmetics brush. I don't even know what this is for, but today it's for glitter. Be very careful with glitter. Now, one thing I will say, okay, that's a lot. One thing I will say that I appreciate about Colourpop is that they were including a lot of pressed glitters in their palettes, and they recently stopped doing that, and I was really happy because those are wasted shadows for me because I don't use them. I know some people really like glitter, but I don't, and I don't use them. I really do like their foiled formula that they're using a lot more. And I just love that this palette didn't have any pressed glitters in it. I really am, now that I think about my makeup collection, I'm like a huge Colourpop fan. Yeah, see the glitters that came with the Sailor Moon collection, I think they had moons and stuff like that, but you know, whatever. Okay, this is getting a little messy, but hey, you can fix it up at the end. It's pretty, it's a little decorative look. I'm just kind of do it like that. All right, now I'm gonna put lashes on today just because, I mean, it's Sailor Moon. But let's finish with the eyes. I have a couple more things to do. We'll do this, we'll do the blush, the lips, and then I'll do the lashes last. I'm using the Colourpop BFF mascara in this shade Yellow Goodbye. And I'm just gonna put this Matter of fact, I'm just gonna put this on my bottom lashes just to do something a little different. Oh, look at that. I like how that shows up against the pink and the purple. It's cute. And I feel like little slight things like this just always give a little unique touch. You know what I mean? It's like it's cute, it's different, but it's not too extra. Maybe it is extra, I don't know. It probably is extra though. This is a very, very colorful look. All right, so here are my yellow bottom lashes. And I really do like this mascara a lot, and I feel like it shows up really nice. Okay, so we're gonna use this Lash Freak mascara by Urban Decay. Now, y'all may have seen my video on this, but I'm not trying to make them like super extended or crazy because I'm gonna put lashes on. So I'm just coating my eyelashes, so don't judge this mascara based on what I'm doing right now, even though I've had a particularly difficult time with this mascara, but I don't think that's the mascara, I think it's me. Okay, so now let's get to the blush, because I mean, the blush was like the hot commodity. So as you know, we've got the shimmer and the matte. I'm gonna go with the shimmer. I'm gonna use my Real Techniques blush brush to do that. And we'll see how this looks. Because I mean, if people were gonna pay $50 for it, it damn sure better be a good blush. Oh, I think it is though. It's really cute. It's really cute. I like it. This is really adorable. It really is. Oh, I didn't pick out a highlighter. Maybe I won't even do, I'm not gonna do a highlighter because I picked the shimmery blush. So we're just gonna leave it like this. Okay, y'all. So here is the look with the lashes. So, now these are Colourpop lashes as well. They're not all the way dry, and they are called Bay. And this was from their, I believe it's from their Valentine's Day collection that came out. Okay. So let's look at the eye look one more time. Hopefully the lashes don't look bad with my eyes closed. And this is it. So I'm now Sailor Moon. Let me know what you guys think about the look. I really like it a lot. I just went and showed my sister and was like, do you like it? And she was like, no. And I was like, okay. But she was like, well, she's kind of like a galaxy type girl, right? And I'm like, yeah. So, you know, but everybody has their own preference of things that they like and don't like. So, you know, it's cool. Like, that's what I love about makeup. Like, it's so personal and it's so like what you want it to be. So I really love this look. I hope you guys like it too. I have some notes about just some thoughts that I've been having. Like for me, when I have thoughts, I've got to write them down. Because if I don't, then they'll be gone. Most of the time it's in the middle of the night. Yeah, okay. So I'm kind of reading and talking. And this is just to kind of wrap up, but so like I said, I had not really watched Sailor Moon, so I did watch the very first episode. And one of the things that I felt like was really powerful about that episode and just about Sailor Moon in general is that when Luna told Serena what her destiny was to essentially protect the universe, she really didn't believe that it was something that she could do. You know, she felt like she was just a kid, like she wasn't really smart, she was clumsy. I think she was like 14, you know? And it just made me think about how sometimes we're chosen for things like in life and you don't really realize what's inside of you until you're put to the test. You just don't. And it's kind of ironic because Friday, which was I guess the 29th, you know, about Chadwick Boseman and, you know, passing, and it was really, really emotional for me because just knowing that since 2016, he had cancer, and he was fighting that battle, filming all these movies, going to like press events, award shows, all these things, and having this silent battle that we knew nothing about. I wonder if those were thoughts that crossed his mind, like, how am I gonna do this? Sailor Moon had so many questions. Like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to protect the universe? And sometimes we just don't have those answers. And because of that, it can make us feel really insecure and really incompetent in our potential. And one thing that I'm starting to realize is that when it's time, you're gonna know what to do. I've mentioned a couple things about my life. You know, when my older son was diagnosed with autism, it was like, well, what now? Like, what do I do now? You know, he's had so many accomplishments, but also so many challenges, and it's just not a predictable road. And it's like, you rise to meet those challenges each time, even when you don't think you can. Like, inside, I still feel like a little kid, you know? And having so much responsibility sometimes is really overwhelming for me, just to be honest with you. And I have mentioned, you know, unexpectedly becoming a widow. And my first thought was like, what the hell do I do now? Like, how do I do this by myself? And I remember thinking that. And I still think that. I still think that a lot of times. Like, I guess the reality is that I am doing it. And you are too, you know, with whatever your situation is, because the more people that I meet on this platform, the more I see how much in common we are, and that all of us have challenges. What we see being portrayed on social media or YouTube or whatever is not even, it's like a little snippet of, you know, what's going on in your life. So, you know, I think that we all have a tendency to doubt our abilities at times. And, you know, I just wanna leave with that today, that, you know, sometimes we're chosen for things, or, you know, sometimes we don't have all the answers. We don't, but you have to believe, like, in your own potential and your own, just yourself. And that, just feel that confidence that when the time comes, like, you will know what to do. You're stronger than you know. You'll get through it. And I just want to say that Chadwick Boseman, that's a real life superhero. It just makes me so emotional. Like, that's a real life superhero. And just the fact that you see him visiting kids that are sick, and he was sick too, or just the fact that he never mentioned any of what was going on with him, it just touches me in a way that I don't know if I expected to feel. So just know that, like, whatever you are going through, you can get through it. And I just hope that, you know, you guys find something. This is kind of like makeup therapy, but I hope you guys find something in this message. I know that if it applies to me, that it applies to us all. Like, I really appreciate being able to have this channel. I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching me. And I appreciate all of the connections and relationships that are being built, because like I said, like, I have developed relationships that I didn't anticipate, and I look forward to that. And this is such a special part of my life. I hope you feel inspired. I just hope you feel hopeful, because this shit show that 2020 is, we're gonna get through it, and we're gonna come out on the other side. I just pray that humankind is better off for it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the look. I just hope you enjoy it all, and I hope to see you next time. Let me get off here and get another mimosa. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.